What's up, guys? So over the past few days, there's been a ton of new discourse around the North American League of Legends Academy scene, and more specifically around Travis Gafford's new reports stating that LCS teams had voted to remove the league requirements to field an academy team in 2022. Now, League Commissioner Chris Greeley denied these reports, stating that LCS teams can't vote away their academy requirements. Additionally, he said that Riot's been helping to create a new successful development system in NA, and even though there are some things that need to be ironed out, Riot, the LCS teams, and the Players Association are all working together to make something great. It is important to note, however, that Greeley said that there is some formats that they're exploring that could make fielding an academy team optional. We spoke to Golden Guardians' head coach Inero to get his thoughts on this situation, and here's what he had to say.
I think anything that leads to less money for players to be able to just pursue this full time will hinder development and hinders your ability to focus primarily on the game, which will hurt you in the long run towards trying to be a professional player, and it'll just favor those that can already just kind of commit their full time to that without money involved. So I can only imagine it hurts, but in what way, it can't really know without knowing what it will turn into.
There are some people who think that if these changes go through, there won't be much change to the player development in North America. For example, we spoke to Evil Genius's head coach Peter Dun, and here's what he had to say about things.
There is some amount of investment, and by investment I don't just mean money, I mean time, exposure, and that kind of thing that will be made from Riot into the academy and the amateur scene, right? Like it will happen, and we've seen that this season. People like LCS casters coming and doing casting for some of the Proving Ground circuit tournaments and that kind of thing. So I think that exposure will still exist. I'm sure that there's financial incentives for teams to have academy and amateur teams. Again, I don't know the specifics, but I assume that there will be other ways that those will be distributed into the ecosystem. And maybe it's a good thing in the long run. If there are orgs that don't care about talent development and aren't willing to do it, but they're putting themselves at a major disadvantage against the orgs that do want to do it. And maybe in the short term they'll save like a small amount of money, but in the long term it's going to, their access to North American talent is basically going to be non-existent. I don't want to lecture other organizations for how to deal with this, how to deal with the situation. But for me, it's when I hear this news and I know that I'm on EG and I assume that Cloud9 and 100 Thieves feel the same way, maybe TSM as well. I'm rubbing my hands and I'm like, yes, give them all, come here. So I don't think it's going to affect the scene that much, because I assume that Riot aren't going to cut back on their support for the academy and the amateur scene. It's just that support that maybe went to LCS orgs is now going to go to other orgs instead. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it means it'll give other orgs the opportunity to build their League of Legends fan base and support within the North American region. I mean, we've definitely seen orgs in Europe, in European leagues. K-Corp in France, Giants in Spain. Mad Lions before they were an LCS org, right? In Spain. Mouse, in Germany. All of these orgs show that you can generate support, and maybe if you have orgs in linked to New York, linked to California and things, maybe this is an opportunity for them to grow their own geolocalization in a way that LCS cannot do, because if you're an LCS org, you want to appeal to North America as a whole. So I think there are benefits. I don't think it's all doom and gloom, but definitely I question why the LCS orgs would want to, just because it's not compulsory anymore. I don't think that many orgs will end up cutting their academy scene teams but maybe they will, but I don't think it will happen.
As for the LCSPA, the association isn't that happy either. They believe this decision would excuse teams from their financial responsibility to support and protect the LCS's future. And for quite some time now, the amateur and academy level scenes in NA have lacked the support to really cultivate new talent. Over the past year, however, some teams like Cloud9, EG, 100 Thieves, and TSM have all created amateur-level teams to help support the growth of young up-and-coming talent in the region. If these changes do end up going through next year, the future of North American League of Legends could be up in the air. But what are your thoughts on the situation in the academy scene? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more League of Legends esports content, please subscribe, hit the bell, and follow us on Twitter at @esports. Thanks for watching.